Hey there, this is Mountain Man McKenna, and well, I've been doing a lot of hiking and traveling up to the mountains of North Carolina over this past summer and spring, and I think it's later in the summer, probably right around August. The wild blueberries up off the parkway were in season, and it reminded me of when I was a kid and I used to do a lot of hiking at a camp I went to, overnight backpacking trips. But we would find wild blueberries and we'd have pancakes for breakfast on the trail. And when we found those blueberries, we'd make blueberry pancakes. And it also stirred a memory of a time when my brother and sister and I were staying with my grandparents, and my dad had come into town with his uh, girlfriend that he had been seeing for a couple of years, and they went up to Vermont for a couple of days for some, I guess, for them to be together. And they came back down and they had some fresh Vermont, like all natural, pure maple syrup, like straight out of the maple tree. And I can still remember just having my mind blown by that syrup on those pancakes that my grandmother made with that syrup. And so I picked up some 100% natural maple syrup at the store. I don't know if it's going to be as good as that stuff was, but we'll find out. And I'm going to make some blueberry pancakes with some 100% pure maple syrup, and we'll see how it turns out. Let's get cooking. Okay, so I got about 2 cups of pancake mix, and the box calls for a ratio of 2 to 1.5 of water. So two parts pancake mix and then 1.5 water. So I got a cup and a half of water and 2 cups of pancake mix, and we're gonna just go ahead and pour all that water in there. I'm not gonna be too particular about how I do this. And then we'll just start to stir it slowly. And I'm gonna have to put this camera down while I work this real slow and careful, because this is gonna be real boring for you to watch if I sit here and try to do this with one hand. So we'll be back in just a minute and see how things turn out. Okay, so that spatula I was using didn't turn out to be the wisest choice in trying to mix that batter. It did okay job, but then there's a bunch of tiny little clumps in there, and nobody wants little clumps of powder in their pancakes. So I got a whisk out, and then I was able to get most of the clumps and make it pretty creamy and smooth. So hopefully it'll be pretty good. I got the blueberries. I'm gonna just use a spatula to go ahead and fold those blueberries in. Those are fresh blueberries. And I'm gonna work those in for a little bit, get them nice and distributed, and then we'll start cooking. All right, it looks like the pan's about ready. We just put some butter in there, keep the pan nice and slick. And here we go, pancake number 1. We're gonna keep that heat up. We got it on medium heat, so we're gonna take our time, make sure these things are nice and golden brown, not getting burnt on the outside and all gooey in the middle. So we'll be back to see how they are in a little bit. All right, so I think we might be ready to try to flip our first one. I got this big old grill spatula, because this is a pretty big old pancake here. See if we can do this and hold that camera at the same time. Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Nice coloring. You can see those blueberries in there. I think we're doing all right. All right, I think we're about done here. We got some pretty dark coloration on the underside. I'm not gonna flip it again. See, those blueberries are starting to give up their juices, and they're starting to spread around as we're cooking here. I think we're ready to go ahead and plate this first one and move on to the next one. Pop that in the oven. Keep it nice and warm while we're waiting. And go on to the next one. All right, pancake number 2 on the way. Here we go. Trying to get it somewhat round. Trying to do this too one-handed while I'm shooting this video. That gives it a little extra challenge. That ought to be plenty. We'll have enough for one small, tiny, little one. And we're cooking them real slow. They take their time. They start to, you can solidify on the edge. The air bubbles start popping up as it gets cooked. And so we'll check in on this one in a few minutes. All right, here we go. We're gonna try to flip them again. See how we do. Oh, we turned out pretty good. I was hoping to get just a little lighter than that, but that's not bad. That's not bad. So we still got some cooking to do in the middle and on the other side. And so it's been a long time, long time since I tried to make some pancakes. And you gotta kind of watch that underside, keep your eye on the color. So I keep checking it and then try to make sure that the top is consistent enough to handle it when you flip, so it doesn't all just like drip off the side and go everywhere, a mess. So it's hard to find that balance. I think cooking at a lower temperature, you know, gives you a little bit more time, and but you got to be patient with that. So here we go. Have this ready in just a few minutes. I love how that blueberry juice just starts running out of those blueberries once those blueberries start cooking good. Look at that. Oh my goodness. And plenty of that going on inside the pancake that you can't see, I'm sure. Ooh, look at that. Just pulling out there. Beautiful. All right, let's take a look at the inside of these guys. And look, oh my goodness. Look at all that fresh blueberry goodness. Oh man, oh land. Sakes alive. All right, this is the last part here. We got the taste test. The old down the hatch. Here we go. It's pretty good. Very good. I give it a thumbs up. That maple syrup don't stand out like I used to. I got kind of delicate taste maple syrup, so that could have something to do with it. If I ever did that again, you know, I might get the heavy stuff, but it's still not bad.